Oh my goodness, it's the 10th episode of this channel's Quit Your Job series, starting with the junk removal. What a milestone. Thanks for being with me thus far, guys. We started out with 0 subscribers. We're in the 280s now. All right, it's 6:30 on a Saturday. I'm off. I've got 4 jobs today, which is really exciting and a huge sigh of relief, because it seems like after the suspension we're feeling pretty good. You know, it got me thinking, like, you read a lot and you see a lot of people say, like, oh, you know, like when you start your own thing, like you think you may work less and you'll have more freedom, when in reality, like, you're gonna find yourself working more and way more hours in the beginning, and it's gonna be really hard. And that is 100% true, aside from the fact that it feels completely different than if you're being brought in to work on a Saturday by your boss.
Oh, and I almost forgot. I'm also gonna need you to go ahead and come in on Sunday, too.
It's so funny how the brain works, but ultimately, I have the choice right now whether I want to work or not. And that seems, to me at least, to make all the difference. I know this channel is called Quit Your Job, and or this series is called Quit Your Job, and so I figured I might as well talk about it. Like, I am picking up trash right now, hopefully gonna have an employee here pretty soon. I've been saying that for a while. It just the numbers haven't made sense yet to justify, like, telling someone, yeah, come work with me, you know, but it's coming. I can definitely tell it's coming, but it's interesting, like, the way the psychology behind this works. So, like, I used to say, like when I started out doing stuff, so when I started the Christmas light company, I was like, I'm never gonna work for anyone again, and I'm never gonna work on, you know, I'm gonna have all this freedom, you know, blah, blah, blah. And that's true. The freedom part is 100% accurate. However, oh, this dude's getting after it. It's early. That's better than coffee. But if anyone watches this channel and is like, oh, I'm gonna have more time to do stuff, and, like, I have to work less, and I'll be my own boss, and so I can do whatever I want. But what happens is, like, things like last week happened, you know, Google ads get suspended twice, things like that. When you're self-employed, you get a curveball, and, like, there's no base salary coming in. There's no benefits. You gotta feed yourself. If you got a family, you gotta feed your family. You gotta feed your dogs. It's a different kind of pressure, but it's also a pressure that, like, makes it easier to work on a Saturday when you don't particularly want to, because you're like, I don't really have a choice. And that sounds like kind of damning, but it's also kind of great, because I don't have a choice, because I'm actually supporting myself and paying my mortgage from this company I started from scratch. So I'm headed to job 1. It's now it's 6:40, but let's get it. Okay, I didn't film the first one because I don't really have an excuse other than, like, it was just, like, it was early and I was talking to them and they were watching me, like, load it and helping me, and I just was like, I'm not gonna film. So first one was $295. I filled the dump trailer and I took the majority of it to Goodwill. And now this is a 200 and, you know, I'm not gonna say how much this one is on the camera because I don't remember, and I'm gonna have to edit this later. So here's job 2. It was like 9 minutes away from the first job, which was cool. So come check it out.
And now, before the next show starts, let's enjoy an intermission.
About last week's video, I want to address something really quick. I appreciate everyone reaching out and commenting, and people that know me personally texting me, or a myriad of different ways contacting me saying, like, oh, like, keep your head up, or, like, giving me really nice encouraging words, or telling me, like, don't give up, don't quit, and all this stuff. And I want to make one thing really clear. Like, I appreciate the sentiment of everybody, like, giving me the old encouragement and all that, but Last week's video was not a, oh, like, woe is me, pity party, my life's so hard. And if you go back and watch it, it should be pretty apparent that that's not what it is. I think that a lot of you guys, and for good reason, are struggling with the concept of that, like, why would I post my failures? And like, why would I post my bad weeks and be so transparent about it? And I think that the internet has conditioned us to think that way, right? You don't see somebody on Instagram posting when they get fired. You don't see anybody on Instagram posting when their house gets foreclosed or they file for bankruptcy.
I declare bankruptcy!
Like, what up? Bankruptcy vibes, you know, car getting repoed, what's good? Standing at the tow truck. But, you know, from day one, I've made it really clear that, like, this channel is made to show you guys what really goes on when you start a small business. It's not all sunshine, roses, and farting out rainbows.
Watch your profanity.
All day long. Like, building something of value sucks and it's hard, but it's super rewarding at the same time. And so I promised myself that no matter what happened with this business or anything else, good or bad, I would share it in disgustingly detailed fashion. And so that's what last week was. And so I appreciate the sentiment of everyone. We had our week thus far. It is what it is. This week, however, was much better. So it's Monday, June 28th. I usually edit from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, post Wednesday night. I started filming this intro and started to cut up the video a little bit and footage from last week. But I've got one more job to do this afternoon, so let's go see it. How's that? Right there? Yeah, there it is. So let's go see it. All right, let's do this. It's been a good week. It was a good week. It was a good weekend for jobs. And now Monday, we just kept it rolling. So this is an easy one. This is actually right by my house. It's time to put you to work. Can you sit? Stella, sit. Sit. Pretty hot in here, huh, Stella? We're going to pick up a couch. No, like lounge chairs right by my house. Hey, sit. Stella, sit down. Sit down, get settled. There you go. Stella, you want to get out and grab them? No? Okay. All right, if you're not going to lift anything, then just stay here. All right? Hit some dials or something. Aside from Stella's hairs everywhere, guys, this is where, like, I really think this business has some scaling potential. I mean, I was here for 5 minutes. $100 to grab that. I mean, I was here for 5 minutes and I grabbed that. You know, think about if you could get, you know, 10 or 20 of those a day. If they were all like this, you could literally do 20 in a day. They're obviously not, but this business has potential if you get your name out there. I'm really starting to feel it. Boom. Here's a little filmception for you. Back where we started. All right, everybody. It is 10 a.m. on Thursday, And this video will be up in like 2 hours. I just finished some morning jobs, and we had a big comeback last week, so let's dive right into the numbers. So by popular request, I'm gonna break down the expenses for this week as I see them. So basically I have a business card that I put all the transactions on. The things that come out once a month, like the website and things like that are a fixed cost, I just put them into each week divided by 4. So when you see like the website here, it costs $450. So each week I put $112.50 into the expenses. That way I can have more of a baseline for you guys than like 1 week just getting bombarded with expenses. So as you can see here, nothing really groundbreaking. Obviously my dump fees are $216.92, which is just the cost of doing business. This is like putting air in my tires. But as you can see, the thing that I really need to hone in on is my customer acquisition costs. My biggest expense by far is marketing. So $879.53 in ads. Not ideal, but also like it's a brand awareness thing. So as the business grows, I'm profitable right now, but every time I do a job for somebody, I make a good impression on them. I get a good Google review, I get a good Thumbtack review, I give them a card, and then as the weeks have progressed, I've gotten more and more business for free, like repeat business or referrals and things like that. So as the business grows and I build more brand awareness locally, this number should go down. But for right now, as it is, I gotta keep the wheels turning. So that ad spend is ridiculous. I mean, $879 in ad spend in a week, and I'm making $31.08 in revenue. It's not that great considering some of those jobs and that revenue was repeat business. So I gotta get better at getting that number down, but for right now, it's just an exposure thing more than anything, so I'm okay with it. So instead of putting everything on the screen, I'll just show you guys right here. We did $3,108 in revenue this week. We had $1,428.07 of expenses. So that leaves us with a grand total of $1,679.93 profit on the week. I mean, $1,679 in profit is pretty good, all things considered, especially after the week last week. I know my expenses are high, but it's also a scaling thing, so I'm okay with it. This next few weeks and few months should really be telling for the company if we can keep this rate up. This video obviously goes over last week. The week I'm doing right now is also on pace to do a similar number as last week as well. I think I'm at like $2,200 revenue right now, and it's Thursday, so I'd love to hit close to that number again, but we'll see. So again, like I had said last week and like I said this week, starting a business is a roller coaster ride. It's, oh my gosh, I'm unstoppable, and then a week later you're like, oh my gosh, am I gonna be able to pay my mortgage this month? Wouldn't trade it for the world, but that's where we're at. These last 2 episodes have been a little bit more filled with dialogue and kind of like me deep diving into the business, and a little less like cinematic highlighty videos as like the beginning ones are. Let me know in the comments what kinds you guys have preferred. Do you like me talking more? Or do you like me kind of making like highlight reels of the jobs and then sprinkling in a little bit of talking? Let me know in the comments below, because I'm just shooting it from the hip. I don't know what you guys like, so just let me know and I'll try to make more videos like that. I'm not gonna ask that thing that YouTubers ask you to do in every video on this episode, so I'll just let you guys just do with that information what you like.